Hey there, Divine Feminines. How are you? Devinefemedian here with another karmic reading. If you read the title, you know why we're here. This is going to be a read about a look into the karmic's past, what her last relationship was like, she or he, doesn't matter. What their last relationship was like, why they broke up, what happened. And we're also going to talk about the karmic's last desperate attempt to hold on to the masculine, because I feel very strongly, and I know that most of you out there probably watch other tarot reads. I've been hearing a lot about transformation and growth, breakups, and, where things are just kind of finally coming to an end. So we're going to look into the karmic's past right now and see what happened in her last relationship, because I feel as if that would give us some insight as to what happened, why it happened, what she learned from it in a way. This way, if there was anything that she pulled off in the past to try to hold on to a relationship, we can see what's kind of coming and what to expect. So I do have an oracle deck that I have. I have the dark mirror. And I also have one that I made based off of, just things that I had heard. It's going to be different for everyone. Just some tactics that she's going to use against you as well as against the divine masculine. So if you know who this karmic is, get her in mind, concentrate so we can pull from the energy. So this, it's going to be a pretty decent reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning back, welcome back. Please make sure you guys hit the like button, comment if you'd like, as well as subscribe so that you know when I upload future videos. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. So let's get this started. All right, we'll start with the dark mirror. Find out. Spirit, if you could help me to move into the past energy. The past energy of the karmic's former connection. What was the energy in the karmic's former relationship? Spirit, please and thank you. Revenge. Revenge. I feel this card, when you look at it, it reminds me of the Two of Swords in regular tarot. You can also see the branches behind this person in the card are kind of shaped like wings, but they don't actually have wings. This woman also looks like she's dressed like a bride. So I feel as if this karmic was engaged to someone prior to this. And whatever happened in the connection, whatever went on, there was a need for her to feel that she needed to get revenge. Okay? Why did they need to get revenge, Spirit? I'm hearing for some of them they were left at the altar, maybe not physically left at the altar, but I kind of feel as if the wedding had been planned. There was an engagement, the wedding had been planned, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it was either the wedding was called off, or for some of them they were actually physically left at the altar. So then we have gilded regret. When I ask Spirit why. So there was gilded regret. I want to look up and see from the book what the actual meaning of that card is. So just bear with me while I find the meaning, because I never want to say anything wrong. Okay. Okay. I feel like living in the past. Please give me 5 more minutes to linger. Memories are like floating underwater, safe, warm, and murky, yet they held the scent of death. Okay, so then the cage of our memories is the most gilded, lingering in the past, savoring crumbs and flashes, hints and ifs. But is our sword, however, is our shield. We follow the river against the currents to a sea of maybes. We cannot say life is here now. We must say life was here. So that even when the future builds day by day and we still look backwards to memories and possibilities, options we missed, things we lost, changes we fled, it is like staying in the twilight of conscience, in the blessed state of those 5 minutes between the time the alarm rings and when you actually have to wake up. Like little kids between the time mom calls and the time we need to wake up and run, but those 5 minutes are taking up too much time. They are the drain of our energies or our opportunities of our future. The ifs are now gone. Whatever has been has already been, isn't it? Okay, so I feel with that type of message, I feel as if this karmic has had several types of, kind of horrible relationships that she's regretted and that she stayed in for too long, refusing to move on from. Just waiting, like even if it's just like 5 minutes is just an example, but we've all been there where we've set the alarm clock for 5 more minutes, even though we know we need to go. So I feel like this is her past energy. So this is what she's probably currently going to do now, where she's staying in the connection for too long. And I feel that the reason why she's doing that is because she's taking a little bit longer to plot her revenge. I feel like this is like a pathway to her. This is something that she's always done in the past. Like, I'm not just going to leave and let you go on and live with your life. I'm going to take revenge, not just because of what happened between the current connection that she's in with now. No, she's getting revenge for every single regretful past relationship that she stayed in for too long. Okay? And we're just going to get one more card, and then we're going to break into the tarot. I'm going to find out why they broke up. Oh, okay. Forgetting oneself. Okay. So let's read from the book on that one because I'm not quite sure what that means. It's always best to get the best information. Okay. Oh, this is not in English. Time as an eternal present, not fleeting but locked. No progress is no regress either. Eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of music that was never ours. A modern Adonis and ancient Hermione's, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, myth, and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moments, the warm embrace which numbs everything else. She's talking about the masculine. Like a wet kiss. If you let go of the pressure and of the pain, if you let go enough of your identity and of the context you live, then you will just feel better. So basically what that's saying is if you let go of the pressure and the pain, it's almost as if like hiding who you are, hiding what's really behind the mask, and letting go of that pressure and pain. If you let go of enough of your energy in the context you live in, then you will just feel better. So I kind of feel like I feel as if this karmic lets go of the past pain just so she can live in the moment long enough to be able to fool whoever she's with that she doesn't come from a painful past, that she's not this type of person. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Yeah, sometimes, however, it asks for more. It takes more out of you, more of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better. It may be the twisted idea that if you forget everything, then you will actually really feel better. Forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo. You stand on the edge of the precipice, and a little part of you wants to jump, but it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative selfishness. So what? Let it be, and sleep soundly. Okay, so that may have a different interpretation for everyone that just read that. But I feel as if, especially with gilded regret here, we're wanting to just stay in something for just 5 more minutes. I really feel as if this karmic stayed in relationships as long as she possibly could, fooling herself and whoever she was with, or he with, whoever, fooling them to think that they were comfortable, that they were happy. But what they were really doing was hiding a lot of past pain. And when you hide this past pain and you don't heal from it and you don't grow from it, you take it out and you take it into your next relationship. But this karmic is capable of hiding that and fooling people into thinking that she's a whole person, the ideal partner, the one that you can settle down with and you can feel comfortable with, like that comfy couch. But what's underneath that comfort couch is a labyrinth of a spy of revenge, of swords, of darkness. Something happened to this karmic. I don't know what happened in her life that made her this way, but I also heard something very interesting the other day about that there are some people, it depends on how deep you are spiritually. Forget the earthly practical stuff, the stupid text messages, the dumb posts on social media. Forget all of that. Think about spiritually. Was this karmic purposely sent into your life and into your masculine's life to cause pain, to cause problems, because that's what they do, to create roadblocks, to point out the things that we needed to fix about ourselves, because she appears to be everything that this masculine wanted, but didn't see in you. But behind all of that, behind her, is the same pain that they were not facing, that you were not facing, that a lot of people weren't facing. What do we carry with us when we bring to our next connection? There must have been someone, even if it was in a past life. This could have carried over from a past life. Or maybe in a past life, you were the one, Divine Feminine, that actually got this masculine. And you guys lived the happily ever after that she wanted. And now it's kind of like she's back for revenge, carrying probably a very long line of pain from that. I'm thinking centuries. Like, this is something that keeps happening. And her mission now is to keep the two of you apart. It just depends on how deep you want to think about it. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. So, Spirit, please tell me, why did the karmic and her last partner break up? The Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. There may have been a heavy sense of that there was a new option, and that's why it's coming in underneath the revenge. Because the Four of Cups talks about new option, but the Four of Cups in the upright position talks about rejection, in a way. I feel as if whoever they were with, whether it was the karmic or it was her partner that she was with, had a new option. They had a different outlook. They saw someone else that they wanted. Bottom of the deck, we have Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse. Unrealistic expectations is what this is about. The definition of the Six of Cups in reverse is about unrealistic expectations. It's also about living in the past. So because we have this overall energy of staying too long, not taking that leap and getting too comfortable, it seems as if this karmic likes to create a very comfortable space in her own mind. But because of this past pain and because of all of the things that have happened, I feel as if it forced her partner to move on to a different person. Like I'm hearing that they may have thought that she would change, but it was the same cycle over and over and over again. Because remember what a karmic does. They highlight the things that you didn't complete from your past, or just any sort of negativity that was in a relationship. It's almost like a ghost coming back to haunt you. That's what a karmic is. It's a ghost coming back to haunt you, to remind you of what you loved, what you had, what you lost. It brings out the worst. So that's where that unrealistic expectations comes in. Like, was this person really going to stay with you when you have a heart filled with revenge, and eyes that only see blood, and wings that have no flight? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Here's where the past pain comes in. The Five of Pentacles in reverse represents returns. It also represents recovery. So I feel as if this person was not being very loyal to her, not sticking by her, but she still had hope for a recovery of the situation. And isn't that what always happens? That's what the topic of this is today. She had hope that this relationship could be recovered. And the more that she saw that it wouldn't, that's where that revenge overall energy comes into play. Waiting to see and watching it slip away. And instead of learning from it and growing from it and letting it go, still holding on. Okay. What was the final outcome in this connection? I'm not done yet, but what was the final outcome? The Knight of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse is about deliberate cruelty. I feel as if either her or the person that she was with had to be deliberately cruel in order to break this connection. That's what I'm picking up here. There was also violence, chaos. Who did this violence come from? It was violence. I'm hearing violence. She may have seen his actions of not giving hope or returning, and then she may have gotten violent. The Eight of Knives, right? So that talks about, this is the Eight of Swords. This talks about mental imprisonment. And when you're hoping for something to return and you have unrealistic expectations, you are in this energy. So it was in fact the karmic who was being deliberately cruel and violent. So this connection ended in violence, cruelty. Deliberate cruelty. Deliberate. Okay. Spirit, how did this karmic move through her pain? How did this karmic move through her pain? She didn't. This is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. She didn't. She caused trouble. She didn't. She had trouble moving on because this is actually the Page of Pentacles. And when the Page of Pentacles is in reverse, that is a no. Like, she didn't. She still held on to hope with the Star. The Star talks about getting like a renewal of hope. Because this card, remember, Gilded Regret talked about, let me just stay for 5 more minutes. So I feel as if she stayed around to see the damage that she did. Still hopeful with the Star here. Hoping for a miracle. It also talks about being in the spotlight, the Star. Like she was going to be seen no matter what. Possibly showed up at the job. Possibly showed up at the house, staring at in his window in the middle of the night for some of them. However it was. Constantly all over social media, posting pictures, all of the stuff. She was going to be seen hoping for a miracle. That this person, whoever it was, would come back. I'm just going to stay here for 5 more minutes. Just in case you want to come sit next to me on that comfy old couch. And then I've got you. And then I can enact my revenge. Deliberate cruelty. What else? I'm getting that, like, I don't want to say that. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it, sorry. The Devil in reverse. Okay, the Devil in reverse is, you know. I feel as if she finally left. I'm not saying that this karmic was 100%. I don't know who this karmic could have been with before, what type of person they were. They both could have been the same way. I feel as if eventually she moved away from and recovered from an abusive situation. It just depends on, but if you stayed in it for too long, it just depends on, you know, who was doing the abuse. They could have been doing it to each other. I do feel as if this was an abusive, violent relationship, but I feel as if it was coming from the both of them because the Devil has 2 lovers in the upright. The Devil has 2 levels. The Devil is the opposite of the lovers. So these people were both toxic. They were both abusive to each other. And eventually she had no choice but to move on. But I feel before she moved on, the way she moved on was by going out and having sex with a lot of people. And she may have very well flaunted her sexual escapades in front of the person that she was with prior. So now that's another thing. Take notes. That's another thing that this karmic does when a relationship ends. Well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to sleep with your friends. I'm going to go out and sleep with all these people. I'm going to make sure you know about it. After I've hurt you, I'm going to make sure that you know about it. That's how she recovered from the abusive relationship, by going out and sleeping with whoever would take her into their bed. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician in reverse. Okay? The Magician in the reverse is somebody who is very scattered with their energy. That's why I'm saying that they were going around and they were sleeping with a lot of people. They were scattering their energy all over the place to see which one bit. It didn't matter who it was. Trust me, believe me, it doesn't matter who it is. Whoever's dumb enough to fall into that web. Okay, because the other day I had this song by Gwen Stefani, I'm walking in a spider web, leave a message and I'll call you back type thing. Whoever calls her back, listen to that song. Whoever calls her back, whoever takes her home that night, that's her person. That's her next victim. She doesn't care what they look like. She doesn't care what their finances are. She doesn't care about their values, their morals, nothing. Her main focus and goal is to manipulate, to be a trickster, to trick. This is all part of a bigger plan. And the bigger plan is revenge. On who? I don't know. But there's somebody in her past. Something that it may not even be somebody here in this lifetime. It could have been a past life soulmate that is manifesting in this time. I'm getting chills, so I know that this is correct. This particular karmic that I'm dealing with, take it as it resonates, is fixing the karma, or trying to fix or live out the karma, the bad karma that she had from a masculine that she was with in another life. And that is scary, because that means she's not going to stop. Not going to stop until she gets it. And I know this is true. Justice in reverse. Justice does not come out unless there has been an injustice. This is about dishonesty. It's about unfairness. Things were unfair. That's why it's in this energy. It's not fair. And when somebody feels that something is not fair, they're going to do everything they can to make it fair. And like I said, it doesn't matter who it is. She just so happened to get your masculine this time. And it's going to keep going. And this is not just for one particular person. This is the embodiment of an energy. So I know that there's a lot of you out there that are listening to this. And you may not think that this person is that powerful. It doesn't matter what they are. It's what's inside. It's where they come from. It's part of the soul. It's part of the mission. Okay. What lessons did this karmic learn? What lessons did this karmic learn? What did she learn? Seven of Wands in reverse. This karmic learned to have weak boundaries. That's why it would be so easy to let whoever in. To not have any boundaries. Right? Because when you don't have boundaries, you let people do whatever they want. And that's part of the plan. Because when you let people do whatever they want to you, they now owe you something, don't they? And if you don't, that's part of the revenge plan, right? Hiding the pain and the pressure with a kiss. Oh, it's okay. It's okay that you did that. Sure, it's fine. And then later on, when there's an argument or a fight, it's, hey, do you remember when you did this to me? Or do you remember when you did that to me? Well, now you owe me. Instead of having standards and boundaries healthy, like most people do. No. Nope. She likes to keep people indebted. Likes to keep things from moving forward, stalling the plans from moving forward. That energy of staying another 5 minutes. So even if this person wanted to move on in the connection, wanted to maybe get married, or maybe just wanted to move on from an argument, no. She's got a whole bag of things from these weak boundaries that keeps them from being able to move forward. How can you move forward even in an argument if you're still fighting over the same things? You're still bringing up things from the past. It's like, I feel like a stone just gets dropped right in the middle of somebody. Somebody feels like they're finally making some headway. They're finally making sense. They're finally getting through to her. And it's like, boom, nope. Hey, remember when you did this? It's a trap. She learned how to set traps just to stay longer.